Seen what this world does to men like you. Chews them up and spits them out before the morning's through. But you came home every time, sometimes broken, sometimes bleeding, always mine. And I was always here, always will be. I owe you my loyalty, every last piece of it. I knew what I was walking into, I wasn't blind. Knew the word you carried when you gave me your time. Knew the late nights and the silences and the weight of the cold. Knew that loving you meant carrying part of your load. I seen you come home with the war still in your eyes. Sit at the kitchen table fighting battles in disguise. Never asked me to pretend the darkness wasn't there, just asked me to be present. And I met you in that prayer. Other women left when the nights got long and cold, when the danger came too close and the story too bold. I stayed because I chose you, not the version without scars. I chose the whole geography, the wounds and all the stars. I owe you my loyalty, not because I have to stay, but because you earned it in the realest kind of way. You loved me when the love was hard, you wanted when it cost. You carried me through every storm and never let me get lost. I owe you my loyalty, the kind that don't expire, the kind that stood beside you when they tried to take you higher than you could survive alone. I owe you my loyalty, and I pay it every day. I remember the night they came knocking at the door, when everything we built was sitting on the floor of a single conversation that could have gone either way. I looked them in the eye and I had nothing left to say but the truth. And the truth was, I don't know what you're talking about. Said it clean, said it still, said it the way you taught me, without a tremor, without a spill. Because loyalty ain't just the easiest Sunday kind. It's the 3 a.m. with strangers asking questions on the line. It's the woman who protected what a man needed protected, who held the wall so everything he built stayed undetected. I owe you my loyalty, not because I have to stay, but because you earned it in the realest kind of way. You loved me when the love was hard, you honored when it cost. You carried me through every storm and never let me get lost. I owe you my loyalty, the kind that don't expire, the kind that stood beside you when they tried to take you higher than you could survive alone. I owe you my loyalty, and I pay it every day. They never understood why I stayed in the complicated, why I loved a man whose world was discalibrated between the light and dark. But they never saw what I saw at 4 a.m. A man on his knees asking God to keep the people that he loved away from everything he'd been. A man who built the walls around us so the word could never reach inside, who took every blow that was coming for the family and kept it from my side. That's the man I owe, that's the man I stayed for, not the crown, the man beneath it, that's what I was made for. You never asked me to be anything but real, never dressed me up for show or told me what to feel. Sat beside me in the ugly and the unresolved, love me past the surface where the person is involved. I watched you lose men that you called brothers, blood and bone. Watched you carry grief so heavy you could barely hold the phone. Never crumble in the public, always carried it with grace. But at home you let me see it, let me hold the human face. That's the honor that I carry, and trusting me enough to come undone in front of me when undone was all that was left. Most men hide that from their women, you gave it to me like a gift, yeah. And the Yakuza, the women who endured were never in the song, never got the credit for the loyalty that carried it along. The wife who held the silence, who rebuilt after the fall, who loved the complicated man, the most courageous of them all. I am one of those women, I claim it without shame, not a victim of the story, a pillar of the same. I chose this life beside you with my eyes completely wide, measured every consequence and stepped in on your side. And if the road comes for us and the cost comes got me where I always was, right there beside you then. So this is what I give you, that no enemy can take. My loyalty, my presence, my refusal to forsake. Not because the world would understand or validate the choice, but because you were always worth it. And I always had a voice that said, stay, fight, hold. This man is everything the code was written for. I owe you my loyalty, in full, in truth, in every room, in every war, in every morning. We wake up, still breathing, still together, still standing, still ours. Seen what this world does to men like you. Choose them up and spit them out before the morning was through. But you came home every time, sometimes broken, sometimes bleeding, always mine. And I was always here, always will be. I owe you my loyalty, every last piece of it. I knew what I was walking into, I wasn't blind. Knew the word you carried when you gave me your time. Knew the late nights and the silences and the way to go. Knew that loving you may carry in part of your load. I see you come home with the war still in your eyes. Sit at the kitchen table fighting battles in the skies. Never asked me to pretend the darkness wasn't there, just asked me to be present. And I met you in that prayer. All the women left when the nights got long and cold, when the danger came to